medical graduate and you want to work in the UK but you are feeling lost about where to start, this video is for you. Let me take you through my journey where I'll be talking about why I chose Plab, how I started, what I wish I knew before beginning. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Tanuja, and if you follow me on Instagram or YouTube, you probably know that I am an international medical graduate. I did my MBBS from China and I'm currently working in India. It's been 3 years since I've been working here. I'm really excited to share this news that I finally passed my Plab 2 exam. I never really talked about my Plab journey on my Instagram or YouTube because I wasn't sure that, if whether I'm gonna make it through. And since I have posted it on Instagram that I finally passed my Plab 2, I was getting a lot of questions and queries regarding like how to go for preparation and like everything from the beginning. That's why I'm here. I'll be sharing my Plab journey with you guys. My first job here in India was a non-academic junior resident in the medicine department. Earlier when I was in my UG days, I wanted to become a surgeon, but when I joined medicine department, I thought this is something I really want to do for the rest of my life. So since then, this bug of medicine started to jump in my heart. But little did I know that this is going to be a very, very toxic journey if I want to stay here in India and want to pursue my PG in India. Well, this is a very, very big statement, and I know a lot of people will come on me and start hating me for this, but I think not everybody is as strong as those guys who actually go through all of those toxic environment and all the humiliation, all the torture, and more than the physical torture, it's the mental torture that you go through if you want to become a PG in Indian medical colleges. Not all of them, but most of them. So that's when I knew that I don't want to stay here and I want to move out. But since I knew that my parents are not going to support me in this, I had to support myself financially also, and I also needed some time to prepare along with my job. There were other options like USMLE, AMC, DHA and MRCP. I personally chose Plab because it's much quicker, relatively quicker and more affordable. So since I knew from the beginning that I have to take care of all of my expenses and everything on my own, I knew that I had to choose Plab. And I always heard about the work-life balance in the NHS, but when I went there, when I did my clinical observership, I did my clinical observership in King's College London. So I actually saw that it's not like that chaotic that we Indian doctors have to face every day. Like for example, I work in a periphery and every day in OPD and including emergencies, I have to see at least 100 to 200 patients every single day. But that's not the case in the NHS. So I think when they talk about the work-life balance in the NHS, this is somewhere true. Now let's talk about number 2, that how I started my Plab journey. So I was preparing for NEET PG and I was really working so hard. I used to wake up at 4 a.m. I used to study from 4 a.m. till 8 a.m. Then I used to get ready and then I used to go to my job. When I used to come back home really tired, but I used to sit and study from maybe 6 p.m. till 12 in the night. Sometimes I was so exhausted, like my whole energy used to be so drained, but still I really gave it my 100%. I was working day and night very hard, getting a good rank to get into medicine. The first attempt, I would just say that I didn't really prepare much, but for the second attempt I really gave it all in. Still, I didn't get my desired rank and I was so shattered because I thought this is all I can do and this is my maximum potential that I can work hard with. If that's not gonna work for me, I don't know what I'm gonna do and I'm such a failure, and I started doubting myself. So that happened, and after that, maybe after a few days, I was talking to one of my colleagues where I was working back then in 2022. And I told him I don't know what to do, and then he told me that he's preparing for Plab. So I was like, please just guide me. I also want to go and I just want to move out because I know that this is not where I belong. I just wanted to try my luck and I wanted to see that, if I'm actually a failure or maybe this is not the pathway that I should go for. So he guided me, Dr. Siddhan guided me that I should book OET and then once I get my OET results, I'll be able to book my Plab, and once I get my Plab 1 results, I'll be able to book my Plab 2. So it's like these steps, like one after the other. First goal for me was passing OET. So OET is an occupational English test. It's just like IELTS, but I think it's more oriented for doctors and nurses. So I chose OET. Although it's more expensive, the time that I booked OET, it was like 32,000 Indian rupees, and I think IELTS is a bit cheaper, but it's more like non-acad, and I thought like I wouldn't be able to pass IELTS, so I just chose OET. I booked my OET, I went for OET, and then I passed. And then when I got my score, I scored I think B plus or something, and then I was able to book my Plab 1. So I got my OET results in May 2022, and then I got my slot for Plab 1 in February 2023. So that huge time gap was there, and I was preparing for Plab 1 at the same time, and my luck, I don't know like how do I put these things into words, but I failed Plab 1. Just by 1 mark, I failed my Plab 1 exam, and I was so shattered. Like I didn't have any emotions at that moment. So when I got my results, I just looked at my friends who were there with me at the moment. I just looked at them. I'm like, I didn't make it. And I didn't know what to do, because I thought like I really worked hard, and again, failure. One failure after the other. So I was like, maybe I'm probably gonna be an MBBS graduate, and that's it. So there is no way out that I'm gonna pursue medicine. I still don't know. I just hope that, you know, the things that I am thinking about goes as planned. So anyways, that happened. I decided to book Plab 1 again. I prepared for my OET in 2023 March, and I got my results in May, and I booked my Plab 1 in February 2024. When I didn't make it, I booked it again for August 2024. So this time I really worked hard. I gave all the mocks from Plabable. I scored around 137 or 139 out of 180 in Plab 1, and I was like really happy when I got my results, because I knew that I did put 100% into this. My routine was like this. I used to have my 24-hour shift, and then the next day I used to get fresh, and then I used to go to library. I used to stay all day in the library. I used to do MCQs. By the end of my preparation, I made sure that I finished all of the mocks from Plabable. So yeah, that happened, and when I got my results in September 2024, I booked my Plab 2. I went to the UK in December. I joined Aspire Academy, and I stayed there, and I attended all of my classes of the course. I gave 2 mocks in the Aspire Academy. Teaching sessions were there. I attended those as well. I attended practice sessions. Everything that was there in the Aspire Academy, I almost attended everything. So yeah, that happened, and in January when I gave my Plab 2 exam, I was pretty sure that I'm gonna pass, not gonna lie. I was still in the UK when I got my results. I got my results in February, and after I got my results, I applied for my GMC registration. I'm gonna make another video in depth where I'm going to talk about everything, like from beginning, like how I prepared for OET. That's going to be a separate video, and how I prepared for my Plab 1. That's going to be a separate video, and how I prepared for my Plab 2. So that's going to be a separate video, because Plab 2 has a lot of other things with it. Like, you know, you have to apply for visa, you have to take care of your finances, and you have to show your bank balance, and a lot of other things like that. OET, you just study. Plab 1, you just study. But Plab 2, it's more of, like, you know, survival of the fittest thing. And one more thing which is very important with Plab 2, it's ECFMG verification. I'm going to talk about it in more detail. And the third thing that we are going to talk about in this video is common concerns of most of the FMGs. So this question is asked a lot, because I also asked this question to a lot of my seniors and other colleagues who are already in the UK. That is Plab worth it? Well, to be very honest, I think I'm not in a right position to talk about it, whether it's worth it or not, because I am currently not working in the NHS. But whatever I have seen superficially, I think that this is actually I really wanted to do, and the kind of work-life balance that I'm seeking, I think I'm gonna get that in the UK. And if you're already working in the UK, please just let me know if I am just living in the bubble. For me, working in the NHS is a separate thing, because I want to pursue medicine. I don't want to live in a toxic environment in the hospital. I think I'm not that strong to work in a toxic environment. So yeah, for me it's very personal. So I might make another video after a few months and I can give you more insight about whether it's worth it or not. As far as my preparation and my journey is concerned, I think I'm on a right direction. Other question that is asked frequently, that how long does it take for Plab pathway? So if you're in medical school, I would suggest that don't go for Plab. Go for MRCP or MRCS if you can, because you will have a lot of time to prepare for these exams and you will be directly entering into training jobs. So yeah, that's one thing that I would suggest it to my juniors, that go for MRCP if you're going to start now. But if you're already booked your Plab 1 and you really want to go for Plab pathway, then I think that it's going to take you, it took me 2023, 2024, because I failed in my first attempt in Plab 1. If you don't do that, maybe you're just gonna get done with Plab pathway in one and a half year. For me, it took 2 whole years. So the third most asked question, because I'm also seeking the answer for this question, is that can I get a job easily after passing Plab? I did talk to a lot of people around my circle and the people that I met in the UK. CV competition is really high. Like for example, me and other 100 people are applying for one JR post. Alright, one junior resident post. I have experience, I worked in India. Maybe I have some other research or some sort of things done on my CV. But there are 50 people who have done multiple courses, for example like ALS, Teach the Teacher, and along with that they have done their research work, they have done their audits, they have done their case studies and multiple things. So my chance of getting that job is very less among those 50 people. I think apart from preparing, we should also work on our CVs. I really wish I knew this before, because I really didn't work on my CV that much. I really thought it's gonna be like India, like you sit and prepare for one exam, then you enter into counseling and then you get your desired branch. But that's not the case with Plab pathway, because it's not a training program, it's just your GMC registration licensing exam. Competition is really high, that is true. Nowadays, it's not that easy to get a job after Plab pathway. That's why I was saying that if you are a beginner, like if you are in your med school or if you are intern, then I would suggest that just go for MRCP or MRCS, where you can directly land into trainings. So yeah, that's how my Plab journey began. In my next video, I'll be talking about how to prepare for OET or how to register for Plab 1 after passing OET. Let me know in the comment section if you have any queries or any questions. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Plab related content, and I'll see you in my next video. Till then, bye.